Okay, guys. So today we have uh, many things. Not too many. A few things, but it will take some time. Uh, uh, just quick things first. Rohan was working on this testimonial, so we have to now we all three members, three 3D members all finished. So uh, we have to make this one. Who's gonna make this? You can discuss. You can discuss in the chat. Uh,
Are we going to create this UI design for this or what exactly?
no, you don't want to.
I
You don't
thought
want to
because
work on this. Yeah, I understand it, but when you make this by
yeah, it's
yourself,
look like
yeah. I mean, you can just copy this image. You can download this image and you can uh, erase this one and just oh, is it difficult for the 3D designer? UI, we don't have UI designer yet.
not very difficult. It's very easy.
Is this
Actually, I just thought whether we are doing this as a separate UI or we are going to replace the text only from this image.
no? We'll make this. We'll make this, and we'll when you upload this photo, we'll replace this photo for yours of yours, and you should print. If you have a printer at your
Okay,
home,
so
you should
you
print this. Yeah,
already have this testimonial.
yeah.
You already have this testimonial on your websites.
No, we don't have. We. It's just an
Okay.
example photo. Example photo. So if you are more comfortable with using this, you can use this. I just downloaded a random one, and another. You can make your own.
Uh-huh.
It should be easier. You can make your own, like uh, without too much design. Just make just things like this, looks like this, and we'll invite once you are done. We'll invite programming members, Aditi and Sam,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Anida, and we'll practice celebrating. Uh, we'll practice celebration. Not yet, because we don't have testimonial of the picture yet, but we'll do this. Let's go for okay, Sam. You have your time to introduce yourself.
Uh, Hello, guys. My name is Soumya Mekwan. People call me Sam as well. So me and Aditi, we are a connection, and I work as an Android developer in a mobile application development company, and I also have a good knowledge of React Native as well. So I'll be working on the React side. Uh, Good to see. Good to looking forward to be working with you guys.
What's your hobby?
My hobby is music. I can play a lot of instruments, so I like to play music.
Any questions to Sam? Oh, they are not full time. Sam is almost full time. Sam is like 70% full time, I say. But Aditi is not full time, and Sam is not full time. So they will divide their work. But if you guys have any questions, you're welcome to ask the question. We don't have question. Maybe we can have question once Sam finished his vision board here. He'll take some time. What application you will be working on? No. In general, what do you mean by what application? in his current other workplace, the other workplace. Yeah, in general, the client side. Yeah,
Great. Okay. Thanks, guys. Nice to meet you.
yeah. Our team members are a bit shy, a bit shy. Sam will be the least shy guy in our team, the new member. I hope Sam is active, very, very active. So let's finish this. And second part, as you might have not might have maybe not part-time members, but full-time members would have seen this post, and you would have read that. Rohan, turn off your microphone. I don't know what you're doing. Maybe having dinner. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So Krati decided to leave. It is that um, Krati got a job. Not at this moment. 2 months ago, very good job. Very good job. International company, crypto project. And they pay her very well. Um, that's why Krati is rich, but it was hard to not so hard, but she really wanted to join here. That uh, at first she just she seemed to be venture checking out how what this company is about, but after I pitched my idea about the metaverse and explained the concept of the metaverse, she immediately really clicked into it, and she said that she thinks that this is gonna be the really future, and we're going to work for the future. So she wants to join, but then she she has 9 years of experience, UI plus UX. Uh, Not only UX designer, she has also very good design. Where is it? Not this one. Very good design sense, artistic sense. If you saw UI from Krati, you would have seen that she is very good at UI design. So it's very possible, very viable to find you only UI designer and only UX designer who's not so good at the drawing, Figma, and yeah,
Well, yeah.
sorry,
Oh, I'm sorry. My microphone
yeah,
was on.
Sam's microphone was on. No worries. But it was hard to find someone who's both good at UI and UX, and she was one of them. So I was also impressed by her design, and I wasn't really 100% convinced about, uh, as I explained here, as I explained this compass. I wasn't really, I wasn't 100% convinced about the 3 points I made here, but I decided to give her the position for the product designer, and it actually requires her full time commitment, because once she is done her job, every other member can does their own job, because it's not designing the look, it's designing the product architecture. So it requires the whole a full time commitment. But as she joined as a part time, it would not be viable. And she expressed her concern, and if she works uh, too much, uh, including weekend, it's gonna affect her health. So she and I agreed to. She didn't even sign the contract. I sent her the contract, but she didn't sign. She didn't send it back to me. So we just agreed to quit. So that's the current situation, and Uh, I'm asking you. I'm asking you guys. Okay, let's open the question. Let's open the question. What should we plan for the next? Because I wanna decide a question to be, uh, do we need a UX designer or UI designer or something? But let's open the question. Uh, uh, what should we plan for the next? Or is it better if I decide that question? Okay. So, otherwise, we will need to this is the current situation. If she returns by Monday night, she will be given an opportunity to defend herself and convince everyone in the general meeting, which wasn't the case, unfortunately. I mean, I'm happy for her better future. Obviously, that's more established project. Uh, we are just starting out, so it's better for her there. But for us, unfortunately, she opted for the other project, and we're in this situation. Otherwise, we will need to discuss what our next plan should be. I even thought about moving on without UI designer in our team, but the client side team believed something is better than nothing. Okay, let's go for the first question. Um, is something better than nothing? I mean, in terms of the UI designer, in terms of the UI designer.
Can I say something?
Yeah, of course, of course. Go ahead.
um, See, as front-end developers, we would not know what to make. Like, we need a reference to make something, otherwise we'll be totally lost. So we at least need someone who is, even if a little bit of experience, it's okay, but knows what he or she can do and should do. So, we at least need something.
Okay, just uh, I mean, it's better to have few choices, but we have to, in the end, we have to decide whether we will have the UI designer or not. It's not the few choice. We're not. I'm not considering you guys to be a few choices. We should have multiple of you guys, right? We should have multiple server guys, multiple client side, multiple 3D, which is the case. But I'm not considering it to be having more options just in case. It's in the end we have to decide whether we will have a UI designer or not. And actually, Aditi's opinion is very important because she will directly work with the UI designer. So her opinion is very important. Maybe Sam could add something.
Yes, about the UI designer.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree to Aditya's point that we must need some graphical reference that we can add our flavors,
Uh,
but at least we need some basic recipe done.
okay. So even if these guys the LinkedIn I attach are very 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 beginners, freshers, but it would be great if we find balance, not too experienced, because experienced guys don't want to get into the new space, and they will be resistant to like going on Oculus design, Oculus UI design. They will say, "Oh, I have no experience in 3D." They actually say that. They actually reply to me on LinkedIn, "Oh, I've never worked on 3D." But freshers say, I can learn. I'll try my best to learn. So that's a good thing about freshers. So we need some balance between experience and fresh. But if it is not ideal, even if they are really fresher, it's gonna be much better than not having one. Sam and Aditi, do you guys think that?
Yes, because see, the person who would be knowing even a bit about UI and UX would be getting into that, entire profession. So they would at least have a little knowledge, definitely much more than me and Sam.
Mhm.
So
Okay, okay,
yeah, that's
okay. I
what
see.
I'm interested.
So we'll have
Yes, but
yeah, we'll have a we'll have a UI designer, And let's talk about do we need a UI UX designer? Full-time members would have read this post, and you saw that we're in the job post. We clearly mentioned that we're not looking for UX designer, but still UX designers are applying because that's how job market works. But I made my 3 points. Uh, so if we don't have a UX designer, the role will be a little bit distributed to each members. Like you will have more freedom, but you will be less guided. For example, for a server developer, server developer would have been able to communicate with the UX designer for the functionality, but then uh, the server developer will need to communicate with client side and me for the functionality, and client side also they would have been able to communicate for the flow, user flow, like this screen, and but you will need to maybe UI designer can expand their role a little bit, but I'll involve a lot. And for the 3D members, UX designer would have been able to provide some direction, but 3D designers as a team, the three members have to come up with their like the story. I'm not familiar with this the term storyboard for 3D designers, but storyboard in my mind to the general public, it's like you should have you are conceiving, brainstorming how we are going to make this in general. So you guys have more freedom but less guidance without UX designer. But after reading this, what do you think? I mean, if you don't say anything, we're not gonna have UX designer. So I'll replace that role for uh, actually you guys can make some reply saying goodbye to Kradi, because I believe you were too shy to send the private message. So it would be nice if you send a warm goodbye, warm farewell to Kradi. I mean, even the team members who leave for bad reasons try to part while smiling. But yeah, for Kradi, we wanna give warm warm-hearted farewell. So any opinion? You guys have
I
any?
have something about UX
Okay.
thing. Like if we are hiring a, a completely fresher UI person, that we at least need something of the UX. Like some fresher UI person would not have that exploration of the UX concept, and the concept which we are working on requires some research. And if the UI designer takes his time to research, that will be the complete role of his UX research thing.
No, no. But the thing
What
is,
do you think?
UI designer will not take some time for research. Research is so the thing is, the UI designer should tell with with not her with their data. UI UX designer should speak in their data, like through their research. But as but according to the 3 point I made, uh, I am dubious, and I am dubious for this. And UI designer will not go through the research process. The research will be skipped, and will believe, uh, which could be good in a sense of the speed, but bad uh, in a sense of justification. because we're not making decision. We're not our direction is not based on the data. Our direction is based on my uh, gut feeling. So that will be the difference. And the UI designer, so there are gap. So we say UI designer, UX designer. So but UX designer needs to cover uh, the user research in addition to how users feel comfortable and flows in between in within the exploration of our application. So there might be in a big company there should be someone in between, like I don't know how to call, but let me adopt flow designer. There should be someone who works on the flow between the UI designer and UX designer. Actually, UX designer we could call more a broader role as a product designer, but I believe that's just a UX designer with a few years of experience tend to want to call themselves as a product designer. That's my view. But if we call this person a product designer, this person is going to be UX designer. If we call this person a UX designer, this person is should do research, and this person should do about flow and the comfortable feeling when users use app. I made an example last time, like the UI designer only cares about how it looks beautiful, and as long as it looks beautiful, it doesn't matter whether the button is here, but the user may feel a pain point by having button here. The user has no idea why they have to go move and follow this flow. But this is a bit less related with the user research. It's about the general user understanding. So if by not having UX designer, I mean I will take this role, the more broader concept of the UX designer, and in between this flow, UI designer and me has to work together, and client side as well. Sam, your turn.
I'm still processing something.
Oh, oh, is it because you haven't read this thread?
Yes.
Okay, okay, it makes sense. While Sam is reading, maybe not, he's not reading. He's maybe having dinner. But while while Sam is
No, no, I'm
processing,
not currently having dinner.
while Sam is processing what I said, does anybody have any other suggestion? What do you think about my 3 points? 3 points I made. Do you think it makes sense? It doesn't make sense?
Yeah, if the UI designer is going to, work with you in a very coupling mode, then I guess it makes sense to have only the UI designer, because we will have a complete flow in our mind.
That's right. Yeah. When yeah. So Aditya, what do you think? Aditya.
Well, I think that having a UI designer is the best thing that can be done now. And if the UI designer is like a fresher,
Uh,
so he or she can just learn about UX also, because in market freshers are more flexible
yeah.
than people who have some experience, and they also want to learn like how can I be better. So I think if you hire a fresher UI designer, he or she can also learn about a user flow and about UX also. So yeah, that's what I think in general.
Okay. Any of the 3D members, what do you guys think about having more freedom and less guidance in terms of the direction? You guys were confused about what 3D role you will take. So I gave a direction, but the direction I give you is this detail of the direction, this detail, and the product designer was supposed to give more thorough directions and guidance in addition to the test project and this one as well. But because we don't have a product designer, which I don't think is really necessary for the small organization, I will work more closely with you guys. But as we talked about like a UI designer and me and a UI UX and between, so I'm gonna replace the UX designer and between the flow will work together. So there could have been product designer, me, and 3D team. So product designer could have given guidance, but you work with me, but you have more freedom and less guidance. What do you think?
Can I say something?
Yes.
Yeah. So the thing is, this entire field is, I mean, it is similar because in 3D, in the matters of 3D, it is similar. But when it comes to implementing everything with code and the UI UX arena, I think it can get a lot confusing for us. So somehow, I mean, for us, for as 3D members, I don't think it matters if we have a separate person for UI and UX. What matters is how we can remove all the confusion so that our work can be much more effective and faster.
Okay, so I guess the confusion comes from my low understanding in the 3D background. So uh, if we have uh, more meetings with Kriti and Abhinav during your like earlier than 6 p.m. Like 5 p.m. And like 1 or 2 meetings, will it help you avoid confusion? Because I believe that misunderstanding or confusion comes from my uh, lack of knowledge in the 3D. Because I know about UI, UX, client side, server side, but absolutely little, not.
Oh, it's not actually your knowledge because it's more about us because we don't know much about UI and UX. We more know mostly about 3D and 3D design, and that's all. So uh, that's why I guess we need a little bit of uh, explanation for that.
I guess UI is more essential than UX, where UI plays. That is the case for the look. I mean, uh, so if we divide the stages of user experience, the UI plays a bigger role for getting users download the app, start the app, and use it for a few minutes or a few hours or a few days. But as time goes on, UI still plays the role, but UX plays more and more role. And UX by UX, uh, so by UX here, I was talking about broader role, including the understanding of users. So we talked about for UI, they come up with the color. They come up with like a blue and black color for the Duende app. So I asked, hey, what's your ground? What's your basis on deciding the Duende app color, the main color for the dark blue? And the UX designer will say, or UI designer, let's say UI designer will say mm, hey, blue stands for this, and blue feels like this, and black feels like this, and combining these colors together, this feels more friendly to our users. But before that, so that kind of reasoning can be replaced by me. I don't think so. I don't think that's the case. We gotta go for more brighter color. Then that's because that ground basis is not is not on top of the data. I can always replace it. But if that was a truly experienced UX designer or product designer, that designer should be able to come up with their reasoning like, hey Julian, you're wrong. You said our users are like this, but I did this research. Like I conducted survey for 1,000 participants, and I conducted qualitative, not quantitative. I I was open to all the questions. I didn't decide the questions beforehand. I opened for all the questions and I got insight in from my research. Your Perizona is a bit mistargeted, and our Perizona is actually this, and our users are this. And what do this type of users like? These users are like a men men for duende, but women for Koolpeace. Let's say so women Generation Z and millennial for Koolpeace and duende men. So how should we combine this? Based on this flow logic, our colors gotta be this blue, black, and this. Then I cannot refute it. I cannot say, oh, I don't like that logic, because I have to counter that logic uh, with the data. From my point of view, Rohan, design only matters if the idea is good. So the UX will be more efficient as per the user's perspective, because we are not only creating just an app, we are providing an environment to the users where they can visualize personally and connect more fully. Yes, that's my understanding, especially with if we view the UX as a broader term, not only browsing from this screen to this screen, not only placing button from here to here. If we view UX more broader term, understanding our users. I would agree on Rohan, but oh, so but I guess a 3D team but we can do survey via app. I mean, getting users to download app, use our app, and then understanding their user experience via an app survey and good to provide us enough data for this. Correct, exactly. Especially, we if the client side team looked at the React Native code, I have the tracking code, not Google Analytics, not Firebase Analytics, because they have restrictions. I track everything they do. So I have information, but I have data, but I haven't really make the data useful. It's just stored there, but I don't have deep understanding. But that's if we grow further, like applications like Tinder, it's really big. They have data scientists who has all this tracking data, and they make a new insight, draw a new insight from the data. Of Yeah. So, but Adidas opinion is right, uh, especially when we track. But even if we don't track, we can draw a conclusion by making a survey. So we have this was my mistake, but by mistake we had some good we had an app that has a good potential. I thought it's a great business idea, the Korean dating. So I started with Koolpeace. And we went on to we branched out for Korean dating, and it's going well. By mistake, by doing nothing. Uh, so by the end of the test project, the payment application duende, I believe the Korean dating should achieve the total of 100,000 less lifetime. So before we finish the test project of the payment application, we should achieve 100,000 downloads. So this is kind of what lean startups try to do, uh, by not having a great idea, by not launching the complex app from the beginning. We just try the simplest, the most core functionality application, and then we see how users respond. And this is one example. Oh, it turned out that our users were highly interested in dating. And when we looked at our user data, uh, the male to female ratio is like a 1 to 4, male 1, female 4. It's very unusual for any other dating apps. So it gives us insight. So we could go on this way. Yeah, that depends on the growth of the app. Yeah, we don't need it right now. Okay, I'll wait 30 more seconds until another or 3D one of the 3D members come up with their own opinion. So if you go to the UI designer selection process, I am posting we're getting so many applicants, but many of them are fake, many of them are not genuine. Uh, it doesn't necessarily be uh, related with experienced designer to be posted here. The criteria is actually written here. Title. You should have your message in your inbox. What's your motivation? Hi Ann. Uh, Hi Abhinav. Hi Kriti. Hi Rohan. This is Julian from Koolpeace. May I know what motivated you to apply for it? And following answers will be rejected right away. Hi Julia, I want to know more about this opportunity. This is actually LinkedIn auto complete answer, and you can just click that answer. But the thing is, LinkedIn uh, users don't know this, don't know that uh, they should understand. They should think in recruiters' mindset, recruiter stance, recruiters' perspective. But they don't know this is automatic, and many of them say for a better opportunity, looking for remote work. You can read about it, but I focus on why Koolpeace, and then we move on to not everyone. Actually, less than half answers the interest in the Korean culture. But I am also open to the answer for I don't know much about the Korean culture, but I am willing to learn, and I am willing to be researching on this, and he should have done some research, at least some research. That's why we reject immediately. Uh, I want to know more about this opportunity. Well, you applied here, and you know more about. You should be specific. Then I'll reply. But anyway, that's how the conversation is ping pong, and after that we do interview. So take a look, especially the client side uh, people have to look at their portfolio and LinkedIn, because you guys are gonna be the ones who will directly communicate and work with the UI designer. And 3D team, I would encourage. It's not mandatory, it's not required, but I would encourage you to have a look as a designer and server programmer at the same reason. Not as a reason as a designer, but uh, I mean that any conversation is open to anybody for no matter what type of conversation. Actually, I wrote here workflow. No, not this one. Don't decorate your slide. It's another thing. Make whole flow as transparent as possible. So that's why I actually post this in the conventional company, especially if the company is really big. They will talk about this very in underwater, and they will secretly look for the potential candidates, like without letting know the current employee, and they will fire him. We don't. I don't want. It's not possible to avoid 100%, but I don't want to make I don't want to divide the team by like a 3D team. They talk about like the client side team is really bullshit, or I don't like that, or the server, they don't have team. Server is only Aditya, but the like client side team, they meet every day, so they talk like a server guy is a really asshole. Like I don't want this. If we have concerns, and if we have issues, or anything we want to talk, we have a complaints, we have to be straightforward, and we have to post here in a more elegant way. In a not, don't say like that person is really asshole, or there are many better ways to say this. So that's why I actually posted here. Actually it ended up resulting in a better outcome, because Karate found this post, and immediately, not immediately, but within a few hours, she made a final decision. If you were talking underwater, Karate is still here, and we have to search for other UI designers secretly from Karate. So it's not good for both of us. So Karate made a final decision, knowing that what's going on from me and from client side and from our team, what's going on. So that's a better communication way, I believe. So you guys should post any concerns uh, according to this flow. Make whole flow as transparent as possible. But why are we talking about this? Oh yeah, yeah, the UI designer selection process. So it's open to anybody, so you guys can join. We have 10 more minutes left. Uh, 10 more minutes. We better quit, actually, because it's hard to cover. It's hard. Let's fix this, because Crowdy is not here. Sam, are you are you sure you're gonna join 100%? Or we can write down
Yes.
Sam. Yeah, okay. Let's, because he said yes, because he didn't sign the contract yet. So let's write down Sam. Uh, and if when the
I'll send it shortly.
okay, when the UI designer joins, we'll write down their name. So this is actually a very special slide that applies to the only members. So I'm giving this class to the only members, but obviously I'm not gonna repeat this class every time the new member joins. That's why I decided to record meetings. Um, Not all the meetings, just this class meetings, so that the uh, uh, team members who join later than us will follow, can catch up with what we are doing. But this is something meaningful, that other members who join later than us, later than this only members, will catch up this whiteboard, seeing these members. That's the only thing. So we better end the meeting if we don't have any questions. Anybody wants to say something? Sorry for taking 1 day, 1 day for not not related with the class. So uh, theoretically, your class period extended for 1 day. I hope we still be able to finish by January, by the end of January, so that we don't have 8 to 9 p.m. class or general meeting every day. But theoretically, because we had meeting today, not talking about the class, but talking about the other thing. Uh, we should have one more day for the class. Anybody wants to say something?
Uh,
Yeah.
Julian, I think we still have 6 minutes left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything on the remote eat out stuff? Are we all on the same ground?
What's your question? Sorry. Anything what?
The remote eat out. Are we still on the deciding terms?
Uh, I don't understand your question regarding remote.
Yeah, regarding the remote eat out
Remote
initiative,
data.
we all yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Uh, it is that I am not you. This is the first time actually I actively communicate with Indians every day. Uh, I'm not used to the Indian
Okay.
accent, so it's not your fault. It's my side. It's the issue from my side. So when I say can you repeat yourself? Don't feel bad. So
No, it's all right.
re,
I also speak a little bit fast, so I should try pacing myself as well.
so remote aid out. Aditi and Sam and I had a meeting, and we came to a conclusion that one one meal, one delivery food should cost average 250 Indian rupees. Uh, I suggested this Zomato link for the reference, but rich guy Rohan suggested 1,000 Indian rupees without data. So in this case, we follow data because Rohan has no ground. He's just richer than me, richer than other guys. So we in this case we follow this standard. Uh, Actually, this can be discussed by commenting here, But the thing is, Sam and Aditi are only available from 8 p.m. and I mentioned and I clarified that this remote eat out meeting will be included in the working hours. Uh, it's not fun to extend working out. I don't know. Obviously, we're having 8 to 9 p.m. meeting, but it's not fun to have dinner 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. extending working hours. But you guys can discuss. And my possible just a thought is that after this basic class, so from February, we're not gonna have this general meeting, and uh, probably in a general sense, I expect the full time members to work between 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's not required, but that's just how it works in the normal world. So, but still, you guys still cannot join 8 p.m. Okay, that's the issue. Tom, actually, I suggested the two Aditi and Sam that it doesn't need to be the whole full member whole right now how many 7 members. It doesn't need to be 7 members. If there are 3 plus members, more or three or more members, we can have this meeting. But then they suggested that because we don't know each other very well, it would be better to have the whole meeting uh, so that we can get to know each other better. So I don't know at this point what will be the solution. Uh, Solution obviously. What about lunch? Lunch, but I won't be able to join. You guys should mediate the hours for lunch. I believe, but the company will ask, who do you guys lunch with? So for the reference, Aditi and San are joining here secretly from their company. So it might not be a good idea for lunch meeting. But then 8 p.m. dinner meeting is also an issue. A holiday Saturday Sunday meeting is also an issue. But so my solution, only thing I can come up with is that uh, part-time members have their dinner and full-time members have their dinner. But that also makes sense. It's best we can have the full dinner meeting. Works for
Maybe we
what?
can do. Okay, yeah.
Do we can do what?
We can do the remote eat out thing on Sundays, like if it is possible for everyone.
Um, but there is a dilemma that uh, is it is that person really okay? Uh, Genuinely, truly, in their bottom of the heart, is it really okay, or is that person okay because it seems that the team is going there, or my boss says that, or so
I mean,
it's hard to.
and we can discuss with everyone, and then we can come to a
Okay,
conclusion that if they want that or not.
okay, so let's make a promise here. Let's promise here that to be 100% honest on having a Sunday or Saturday lunch or dinner meeting. The meeting time will be excluded from your working hours, which means included will be included in your working hours. I mean, like for example, you're not going to work 8 hours Friday. You're going to work 7 hours Friday, but you have to be 100% honest, and we're not going to blame you because you said that I prefer to have my own time on Saturday, Sunday. But I still don't want to suggest this
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, yeah. I
because
mean, for that we still have to discuss with
yeah,
everyone, and everyone has to be like honest
yeah, and it's
in their.
difficult because we're already
Yeah,
forming the majority like already we have three part-time members and Arida is okay, me okay
yeah,
anytime. So we have only two members, so it's hard to not give them pressure.
yeah, exactly. That's the
Me
thing.
and Aditi are also fine with weekends eat out.
I mean, if the majority agrees, then the whole thing is like we can do
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Then I don't know. Then what about during the week we have one meeting. We have one meeting with the full time members during the normal dinner time, and other members who are 100% okay with during Sunday and Saturday by taking 1 hour from their working hours join the meeting.
I mean, that also works fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I mean we can do the Sunday thing for the people who agrees on Sunday, and the rest of the people can have in their own time.
okay. So I guess Aditya can join both. Uh, if not, you can say so. Full time members can have 6 p.m. meeting, 6 p.m. or yeah 6 p.m. meeting or 7 p.m. according to your dinner. But
On Sundays, right?
you're also free to not join. It's completely free, completely optional, and also in it and also additionally Sunday or Saturday meeting.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and if you see this, that not because we don't trust you, we believe you're going to be wise, but we said Hong Kong companies, all Hong Kong companies are required to be under an audit. It's not free like a ghost company. It needs accounting and it needs auditing from other account from outside accounting company, and they will ask us, where did you spend this money? So we need your receipt. Um, I don't know how we should resolve this issue for the homemade food cruise. In case you made homemade food, um, but there's gotta be a solution. Let's not think about this now,
What? Yeah.
because we already passed 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes. Okay, let's end the meeting. But if you let's wait 30 more seconds. Does anybody have something to say? Anything to say? Let's wait only 10 more seconds.
Hello.
Yeah. Go on.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, actually, we were thinking like, what will be our assignment? Like, are we supposed to start working now or not?
Yeah. Start to work on the
So, should we start working on?
test project.
Yeah, should we start working on the maps and assets?
Maps are the main project.
Okay.
You mean the 3D map of Korea?
Yes. Yes.
That's for the main project, and we gotta work for the payment application first. Actually, this feature is not. It can be, but currently it's not the core functionality. But the reason why I put you on the same Duende app with the other guys is that I want you guys to experiment team culture fit from your side and from our side both, and get to know communicate more with your team members. I mean, we are going on the same phase. Like we're not 3D members don't work on the cool piece first. We all members, every member is working now on the Duende app. That's the key point. The alignment. And if you
Oh, okay. Understood.
if you feel a need a discussion with me, you guys should come up with the plan for scheduling with me, so that I can notice that, oh, you need more clarification, or you need more direction from me. Okay. Any questions? You may go. Bye bye.
Hi, Julian. Have a good one.
Well,
Yeah.
guys, good night.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Mm.
Hey Julian,
Hi, Rohan.
wait a second. I'm sharing something. Is this testimonial is fine?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But
I'll replace these with the photos.
it looks too boring. The colors are too boring. You gotta change the color.
Yeah, actually, the content is very large.
Oh.
Content is very large, and we have to figure out how we have to put this thing into this so that we can like read it.
Hmm.
If we put the color to black as well, still it is, or we can do one thing. I'll put it